Hey everybody, welcome to Impact. Thank you so much for being here in the flesh, in person. I know I'm on a video right now, but I can see you in person, and I'm glad to see you here in the flesh rather than just always on a Zoom call, because I'm sure you guys are enjoying those quite a bit right now for those of you who are doing hybrid learning. Just a few things before we get started with this lesson video that I want to let you know about. For one, our focus this year for Impact is a little bit different than it has been in the past. Normally we're going through topics like anxiety or dealing with family, things like that. This year we're not doing a topic kind of series. What we're doing is we are going to get into the Word and learn about Jesus just directly from the Word. There's not a whole lot of me teaching you guys. It's just presenting God's Word to you in hopefully a fun way. Because the reason for this is because we want to focus on seeing Jesus this year, and in seeing Jesus, we become more like him through obedience. Okay, so that's what this year's focus is, and this is what the lesson videos are for. Two things before we get started with the lesson video. One, I want to let you know is in your small group time, you should probably be opening your small group time with some prayer about what mission focus to choose for your year together as a small group. And a mission focus is somebody that is doing ministry here at Northridge or is a partner of Northridge that's seeking to bring the gospel to people that haven't heard about Jesus yet. And so your small group leader can explain more to you about that, or you can ask me. So basically just be praying at the beginning of your small group time for God to give you wisdom on who to choose to focus on for your mission focus. Other thing is each small group that we have is going to be asking the same 4 questions each week about our passage. So I want to let you know what those are so that when you watch the video, you can be thinking of these questions and how you might answer them. So the main 4 questions are, what does this passage tell me about Jesus? Okay, and so as you're listening to this video that's about to start, be asking, what does this tell me about Jesus? The next question is, what does this tell me about myself? So as you're listening to this video and watching, what does this passage tell you about you? And then the next question is, does this passage invite me to follow Jesus deeper through obedience? So as you're listening to this video, ask yourself that question. And then the last question, and this is hugely important, is who are you going to tell this week? As you learn this truth, these truths in the Bible passage that we have for the week, who are you going to tell about it this week? Who are you going to pass this knowledge on to? Because guess what? Being a Christ follower is not just about you. In incredible ways, it is about you, but it's also about bringing the good news to other people. So be thinking, who am I going to tell this truth to this week? Who do I want to invite in to this relationship with Jesus? Or just bringing these truths to them. They don't have to accept Jesus right there and then in that conversation, but who am I going to tell this week? So with that, here is the lesson video.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to bear witness about the light, that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to bear witness about the light. The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, yet the world didn't know him. He came to his own, and his own people didn't receive him. But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness about him and cried out, "This was he of whom I said, 'He who comes after me ranks before me, because he was before me.' For from his fullness we have all received grace upon grace. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, the only God who is at the Father's side. He has made him known."